We're out at the Needles and we're on board the new Nimbus 305 Coupé, which was launched at the Southampton Boat Show. Now this is an important boat for Nimbus. It's the entry level of the Coupé range, and crucially it's going to come in at under £200,000, but for that you still get the Nimbus attention to detail, the build quality and that practical design. We're out here, we may as well give her a blast and see what she can do. So here we are at the helm, and all in all it's a very nice experience. The boat, as I said, uses a D3220, which can be a noisy engine, but Nimbus has done a good job of keeping it quiet. Lots of insulation in the engine bay, and of course you have cockpit doors as well, so you can shut the entire saloon off from the engine doing its thing. Speed wise, she's no speed machine, 22 knots flat out, but that's more than enough for this type of boat. Means you can cruise anywhere from sort of 10 to 18 knots, and she feels comfortable doing all those speeds. The hull is nice and soft riding, nice and dry, not that rough today, but we were jumping in the wake of the photo boat earlier and she refused to get upset. So all in all, really what you expect from a Nimbus. The helm station itself is typically Nimbus. It's not too flashy. It looks good, it looks classy, you've got nice use of materials, no glare, bit of storage up here. The layout is very good as well, very close to the wheel. There is adjustment on this chair too, throttle easily to hand, and then you've got all your major controls sort of around your knees here, a couple tucked under the steering wheel, which isn't great, but everything else nice and easy to use. And then you have these hatches as well, one on either side, manual, they're never going to go wrong, which is nice. There's a bolster on this seat, so you can stand, and with this raised step here means you can stick your head at the top as well. Great for when you're coming into a marina, but also nice today when it's quite warm. But of course, to assist ventilation you also have this side door, which is great. Bit of breeze in, you can easily get out onto the decks as skipper, and of course you can very easily talk to your crew. Just sensible Nimbus style boat building at its very best, really. One of the key features of Nimbus's Coupé range is the asymmetric deck. So what you have is you have a much wider side deck on the starboard side, which is nice and deep, well protected with a good handrail, and that is what allows you to walk around this side, gain access to the side door, but you have a much smaller one on the port hand side. You can still use it, but it is very narrow, so the idea being that you mainly use the starboard deck where you have a nice flow round to the bow of the boat. As for the cockpit, pretty simple really. You've got L-shaped seating here, nice teak top table that obviously folds, and you've got nice handholds here as well. There's a bit of storage under these seats, and then of course you move into the saloon. One thing I really like about the 305 is that she's a real year-round boat. You can use this boat, you know, throughout the winter. You just shut the doors, turn the engine, and off you go. And as such, you're going to spend a lot of time in this saloon, so they've really thought about the design. Practical touches abound, of course, being a Nimbus. Nice handhold up here, lovely warm teak wood, very, very high quality. This transforms into a berth, hence why you have these blinds up here to cover up these really good skylights. And then there's things like all this lovely fiddled storage for crockery and glass, just the sort of things you expect of Nimbus. It's nice to see it on this boat, even though it's the smallest Coupé. Another nice touch, something they also do regularly on the other boats, is the helm seat flips forward, just to give you a touch more flat space when you're preparing food. Very simple, but works nicely. And again, something else that features a lot on the range, but it works so brilliantly, especially on a boat of this size where you haven't got a lot of room to play with. You simply just flip this forward, cantilevers up, and you've quickly got a two-person nav bench, raised, great views out. Really, really nice bit of design, that. So the accommodation on board the 305 is where you start to feel the pinch a little bit. The forward cabin, the master, is okay. It's a double berth with a well in the middle, so you can sort of stand and get changed. Headroom's okay as well, and you have a bit of hanging storage. But the guest cabin, you walk in, the floor is raised and the ceiling's quite low, so you sort of have to crouch. You're sort of straight into the bed. There isn't any hanging storage, and you've only got a curtain for privacy. The bathroom fares a little bit better, because in there you have the toilet within the shower compartment, but that does at least have a proper sliding door as opposed to a curtain, and storage in there is pretty good as well. So we're coming towards the end of our test now, just heading back up the channel to Lymington. We've had a good day on board the 305 Coupé, and one word that I would use to describe this boat is competence. It's extremely comfortable, refined, very good at what it does. It's not the most exciting boat to drive nor look at, but that isn't really the point. What it delivers on is build quality, practical detailing, and the feeling of solidity that Nimbus is well known for. And of course that package is now available for south of £200,000. This boat we're on here with the largest engine, you've got chart plotter, you've got bow and stern thruster, is just under £190,000. A lot of money, but you are getting the Nimbus name and the Nimbus boat building technique as well, which is really very valuable. This is not a boat which is going to blow you away with its sleeping spaces. There are 30-footers on the market with better sleeping accommodation. However, if you just want to use the boat all year round, shut the door, turn the key and go and be looked after, then the 305 Coupe is well worth a look.